Hey, everyone.
Look at this cat.
You know, cats are funny, right? Especially when they look like they are an old Englishman that goes hunting.
It looks like the Lorax.
It kind of does. It's kind of like owl and a cat. And then God took it and it wadded it up, and then the wadded up result was the cat that you just showed me in my opening monologue. Lauren, have we forgotten how to do this? What are we doing?
Cat just really surprised me, and I'm crying now because I'm looking at this cat. Ugh.
Please mind the microphone. Remember, we don't want to get these soggy. This is very expensive electronic equipment. I was going to say medical equipment, but you know what? It is, because at the end of the day, the laughs that we are bringing into your home
are curing you
of
whatever you've got going on.
You know, you got diabetes, cured. You have Alzheimer's, boom, cured. That's what we bring to the table. We're a medical podcast. No. Lauren, we're not a medical podcast, are we?
I keep trying to tell you
that. No, we're in fact the podcast that definitively answers the question, whose life is better? Singles, marrieds, or parents? Again, my name is Cameron Carter, and with me, the person who has blessed me with this image of this owl cat is Lauren Neat. Lauren, how's it going?
Oh, it's good. It's been better.
It looks like it just got really good.
I mean, it was pretty crappy until I saw that weird cat, and now I'm feeling a little better.
Go for it.
I am. Well, our rules on this podcast, I am the unhitched part of the podcast, and Cameron is the hitched part.
Right.
No, he's the dad trying, and he's hitched. He's a hitched dad trying, and I'm unhitched.
Right.
And
which is, the reason for our wonderful name, which we never really have talked about on the podcast, why we gave ourselves this name.
We haven't. I don't think we thought it was just clever.
We said one and done. We're done. Let's move on. Let's slap it. Let's send it in. That's good enough for us. Mm-hmm. Not rushed at all. Very well thought through. Our focus groups really ranked it and tested it positively. And they said, oh, we absolutely know what you're trying to get at. Mm-hmm. And so, I guess let's never explain it. I don't think that we do, but I will say there is some confusion. Who's calling you?
My friend.
So you want to answer it? See how doing?
Sure.
Pretty adamant about talking to us. Well, turns out fine. So, do we want to go ahead and introduce our guest for this week? You can eat your fries while we talk.
Yeah, you keep eating your fries. We'll talk about you. So, our guest this week, some know her as Amy.
Some know her as my wife.
Some know her as Mrs. Carter.
Some might know her as Mommy. Some might know her as a person I haven't talked to on Facebook for a while.
True, she's been off for a long time.
We have my lovely wife.
Just call me Amy.
Okay. Amy, thank you for being on the podcast this week. You are a part of our Friend Trip Part 2. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome into the friendship sphere in which Lauren, myself, and
where are you going with that?
I don't know. Welcome to the podcast. So we just finished dinner, and we're ready to jump into Friend Trip Part 2. Shall we do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Boom, 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 topic thunder. What?
Oh my gosh, our little bodies got moving and shaking, and we did a little bit of bacon. Did we not?
We did some bacon, and we ate some bacon.
And we ate some bacon. We baked some vegetables. Yep. I wanted to clarify what baking we did, because we did not. Oh, we did bake our bacon.
We baked cookies, and we baked bacon.
Oh, yeah, we did a lot of bacon, and now we're aching. Because we combined eating and fitness together. This week, Lauren, we did Fitness Marshall. Dare to defy me.
I can't defy you because it's true.
It's really hard to amp ourselves up after we've had a long ass day.
Yes, we have. It's this podcast we attempted to make. Never mind.
So the long story.
We're all 3 burgers deep.
No, can we? How can we say this and step around it?
let's just say this podcast has been 4 days in the making.
Yeah.
Because we attempted to make it 4 days ago, and there was a strange
apparition.
Apparition interruption
in the living room, and we got to go get our vacuums and vacuum this apparition out of here.
We're like,
bust it.
It's Moaning Myrtle. She's here.
Yeah. Dang it! I got to go take care of Mary Myrtle.
Myrtle.
Moaning Myrtle. Can't. Oh, Harry Potter. That's it.
No,
so we freaking murdered her and gouged her eyes out. And now she's dead. No more ghost. We got rid of the ghoulies.
Okay.
Y'all are dark on Fridays.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish you would not lump me in with that.
Cameron's dark on Fridays.
Just me and Luna.
Yeah. Cameron, you're in rare form tonight.
I did a no with my mouth. This is what happens when you get a little bit of ranch and an IPA and a little bit of a LaCroix in me. You don't know what kind of the jumbled up mess you're going to get.
Wild
and crazy stuff, Lauren.
So I feel I'm going to put us back on this train track here. Fitness Marshall. Now you two,
I was the train.
I could tell.
Yeah, okay.
You were the train. I gotta say, I never, ever in my wildest dreams thought I would get the Carters to Fitness Marshall with me.
Before
is this a verb now? Hold on.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is Fitness Marshall a thing? Like, do people know what it is? Is this, like, how many subscribers does he have?
Enough.
It's not a thing because everyone.
Why are we doing it? Why did you make me do it?
Because I found him. I can't say I discovered him first because he had hundreds of thousands of views before me.
It seems like he would find us.
He did. He found me. I searched YouTube for cardio dance, and he was one of the first that popped up. The Fitness Marshall.
Yeah,
his name is Marshall.
Yeah, that's his last name. Of course, it is Caleb
Marshall. Mm-hmm. And he has a YouTube channel, and so I guess I say it's not really a thing, but it is if you know him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay.
A mini
Or
celebrity.
know about him.
Well, this day and age, we're slinging content all over the place. Everyone has their own content with all these mini audiences. But it's so diversified, it's readily available, and there's so much of it. So you have these little micro crowds, right?
Okay, this website, famousbirthdays.com, list him as a YouTube star, so that's enough for me.
But not everyone watches YouTube.
But I guess in itself, a YouTube star, they're only a YouTube star if you actually are a fan of them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Like all those other YouTubers, I would have never known who they were unless I actually watched them. So it's kind of like a rare celebrity in itself.
Right.
You know?
So according to the famousbirthdays.com, Caleb Marshall is ranked 19,971 on the popular meter.
I mean, that's impressive to me.
What is this meter out of?
I think it's out of 7 billion.
I think it's out of, yeah, that's
everyone
probably
on
right.
Earth?
Wait.
Let's find out where your grandma is on this. His first name, Caleb, is, so he is 24 This is a fun fact segment for Cameron. Usually deliver these tasty bits, but I am going to dish out a couple of these little bits, and y'all can nibble them up as y'all see fit.
Please.
Fitness
Marshall?
Fitness Marshall is what I'm talking about tonight. That's right. And birthday, March 18th, 1993. He's just a little younger than we are. Is
He's
that upsetting?
Younger than my little sister, which is upsetting.
So, Lauren, you have some words for us in regards?
I had no idea he was that young.
Yeah. So let's half your age.
It doesn't matter because he's gay. So, even if I wanted to be with him, he would not want to be with me.
Gotcha.
Which, I mean, so we can rule him out.
Okay.
Despite the age. The age isn't a problem. He's so successful now. He's that young.
19,971 people's worth of success.
Yes.
That makes sense.
You're only as relevant as your content, so he could be nothing tomorrow. So don't worry about it.
Well, just he travels the country now performing, and people buy tickets to do dances with him. It's cool.
That's so embarrassing.
So, do y'all want some famousbirthdays.com trivia about Caleb Marshall?
Yes. Wait. Before we do that,
Oh,
let
well-
me give a general idea of what this
Okay,
is.
that's what I was about to suggest. I think that's a good idea.
So Fitness Marshall, and I've talked about this on a previous podcast, but basically he's a choreographer / dancer. You both leaned back and took a sip of your LaCroix at the exact same time in the exact same way.
Yep. And we were holding hands the whole time.
Yeah, and your arms were actually linked like it was when you took your first sip of champagne when you married.
Right. And we both turned to you and went, ah. But we said it off mic so you can hear us.
I know. So anyway, he basically choreographs and makes up these dances to these like very popular songs, which is why, but they don't feel like you're doing aerobic exercise. You feel like,
I beg to differ.
no, I mean it does because it's hard work, but like the moves themselves are cool. You know what I mean? You don't feel like you're doing like knee lifts, knee lifts, you know?
I did not do cool moves, but I can see how if you were doing them correctly, it would feel cool.
Right. So let's name some of these cool moves. There's dishing out money in the air, right? Making
Yes.
it rain. We
Yes.
made it rain a few invisible dollars.
There was the hippopotamus.
The hippopotamus where...
Slapopotamus.
Slapopotamus.
The
There you go.
slapopotamus. You like pump your chest out and then
Yeah.
you slap your hips and then do
yes.
it again.
The
That one I
classic...
am capable of doing quite well, I think.
Yeah,
Slapopotamus.
and it's crazy. I've never seen a hippopotamus do that in the wild, but I know they do that. So, what are some of the other fun things we did with him?
Well, you basically he just makes dancing funny and fun. You know what I mean? And not feel like you're in a jazzercise class.
Oh yeah,
And it's free. Let's not forget the best
Oh,
part.
So
this
true.
is true.
So
It's
free.
free on YouTube, and the videos are only like as long as the songs are. So if it's a 3-minute song, it's a 3-minute dance. If it's a 4-minute song, it's a 4-minute dance.
So let's talk about some of the songs. I thought it was a weird choice that he chose songs like Foo Fighters' "Hero." That was a weird one.
Closing Time.
"Little Sister" by Queens of the Stone Age. That was really weird. "Closing Time" it was a lot easier to do than the rest, if I must say. Been referencing "Closing Time," the song on this podcast, a lot lately. What was
It's one of our favorite songs.
Yes.
We play it after you leave every time.
We play it actually every night before bed. It's our bedtime song.
We hold hands and we go straight to bed
That's really sweet. It's
after
really sweet.
drinking our LaCroix. Lauren, what were some of your favorite Fitness Marshall videos?
Well, and I don't want to derail because you do have more facts. which
Right, here I am,
appreciate.
the choo-choo.
But,
Where do I go?
I will say I have been doing Fitness Marshall in secret since last September. So it's been quite a while for me, but
Quite a while.
I loved it so much that I finally was like, maybe I'll get Cheney to do it with me. So I did it with Cheney once.
Brunch
yeah,
Cheney.
she's a good
Please refer to
Yes.
her and the
Brunch-
proper name. Brunch
She
Cheney.
loves to dance.
Yeah, that's a perfect person to pull into that circle.
And it took me months to get her to do it with me. Like
For you to work up the courage or for her to be convinced?
I had mentioned it to her, like, we're talking October, and we did not actually Fitness Marshall together until like March.
I
Really?
find that shocking. I
Cheney
feel like
does
she'd be
anything.
so on board.
I got her into meth just last month.
And now the girl like calls me and says, "Can I come over and do Fitness Marshall with you?" So anyway, then I got my roommates into it, and they were like, "How long have you been doing this?" And I got them into it like in April, and I was like, "Since September." They're like, "You've been doing this in our living room for months, and you didn't tell us." I was like, "I was ashamed. I didn't think you'd like it."
Can you imagine if they'd walked in though?
I was nervous every time because I mean, you were crawling on the ground. You're doing a lot of body rolls.
It's very sensual.
yes.
Yes. And sexual. Like,
Yes.
He was doing moves that could almost be described as sex moves, y'all.
Yeah.
And I don't...
And he's way better at them than all of us.
He, well, how do you know? Let's get into that. No, he makes a lot of sexual moves with it. He's very good with his hips. Now, can
Very
I
good.
say, when we were on our friend trip, now most of you out there might be like, friend trip, lake house, what else do they do at that darn freaking place? Okay, so you might think, you go canoeing, or you flip a canoe upside down and you stand on it and wait till it goes down like the Titanic. Or you might do things like act like animals before jumping off a pier. You do all these crazy things, right? Yeah, and you make campfires and you put together puzzles of cats, things like that. You know, your typical lake house.
Right.
Fitness Marshall. That's not that's not something you do like at the lake house. Working out, that's like the last thing on my end.
I know, and you know who said
Who?
she has become the biggest advocate for fitness martial, and she's introduced it to her roommate Caitlin, which Caitlin wasn't there when we did it. Caitlin loves it now. It's amazing how many people I've told about this and who I have fitness marshaled with, and now they've taken it to other people. Cece, my roommate, did it with her mom last weekend when she was home.
Her
Have
mom's
we
still alive?
spread that gospel,
She
Cameron?
is. Wednesday night, I fitness marshaled in my living room with
You used it as a verb again.
1, 2, 5 other people plus 6 people. We made it work. So it's super fun, and it's one of those things that you're doing it and you're just cracking up while you're working out, which I don't really know of a lot of things that happens.
No,
Because he's funny.
I was laughing a lot when we did do it at your lake house. So I love your lake house. You have a big TV and you have a lot of room for indoor activities.
A lot of dancing room.
A lot of dancing room. I did not think it was going to be what it was. He is very confident in his moves, and there's something about his confidence in every move that he does that's hilarious. But the thing that's even more funny is that his backup dancers don't always exactly perfectly mimic him, but you see them trying their best. And the backup dancers are by far my favorite part of fitness, Marshall.
You have to watch the backup dancers because that's the only way
You can keep up.
Yeah, that's the only way. I mean, they're doing like much easier versions of what he's doing. And
Because I don't know how he gets his energy and his ability to move so easily.
He's 24.
Yeah, that's true. Tell us more about him, Cameron.
So this little pipsqueak trivia. Since its creation, his YouTube channel has gone to amass more than 950,000 total subscribers. Lauren, that's like 50,000 away from 1 million.
I'm not even a subscriber. Imagine how many of people like me aren't even subscribers.
I'm not subscribed either.
Let's do it. Let's get him there. Let's get him
All
to
right.
1 million.
Poor guy. And while you're at it, subscribe to our podcast too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would help the 15. Ramp it up a few. And he has over 19 million views. So how big is Dallas? So I'm going to say there are more than 149 million people in Dallas. Yeah, that's right. And his most popular video is Meghan Trainor, Me Too.
That's a good one.
That's a pretty good one. I
We
do
did
remember
that
that
dance.
one. It's heavy on the cardio and the hip hop.
Dallas population is 1.28 million as of 2014.
Wow.
yeah, I was very. Were you saying there are over 150 million people in Dallas?
No, I'm sorry. Correction, there are not. But like, think about this. Picture all those people in Dallas. Just for that Meghan Trainor video, it has 24 million views.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
18.
Sure.
A lot. We'll just say.
You want to do the math?
A lot.
I feel like
Lot.
that's pretty easy math. We could do it right now. But let's not.
Yeah,
This
I'd
isn't a
rather
math
not.
podcast.
No.
But it could
Although
be a
we
meth
could
podcast.
start a math podcast.
So, Amy, what was your favorite part of the fitness, Marshall? What's your favorite song?
My memory of this is very hazy. I feel like we might have done a Sia video.
No,
okay.
we didn't.
We did Animal.
Oh,
Or you
yeah,
did-
that's probably the most fun one.
That one's fun.
because I can remember it. And honestly, any sort of activity on this level is probably repressed soon after, if not immediately. So I don't know.
So,
I was not the best guest to ask to be here with you on this.
but you were the most readily available.
But did you enjoy it while you were doing it?
Yeah.
I'm not
Amy, I feel like
searching.
you're lying.
Okay, compare it, obviously, sometimes. Compare it to other forms of exercise. Did you like it more or less than other forms of that same
Okay,
kind
let me
of...
just go back in the memory vault to the last time I exercised. I've got to go way far back in the vault. Hold on. Okay, yeah. It was more fun.
You don't have to word it like a question.
Now,
I don't
Amy,
know.
now we got to think. Exercise, if I had to rate it right now, did we rate it? I felt like we rated it before. We did a whole episode on exercise.
We did.
We did.
I think I skipped that one.
Yeah, most people probably did. We did an episode on working out. Now, working out, I'm going to say it's the same thing as exercise.
Good call.
Yeah.
Safe assumption.
I'm going to stand here on this podcast and here today on this, whatever this date is, because I don't want to date this podcast. I'm going to say workouts are exercise. And they ain't that bad, right? But the fitness marshal, it's a trickster. You know, he's a little trickster. You know, honestly, so I wouldn't have done this if it wasn't exercise, right? Mm-hmm. If it was just Marshall, like, hey, my name's Caleb Marshall, come dance with me. No, weirdo. I don't want to go do a YouTube dance video. But because he has the word fitness, fit, and then the word ness, I love to be of that. I love to be fit, and I want that.
And you love Nessie.
And I love Ness from Super Smash Bros. 64. He was great.
I was thinking of the Loch Ness.
I do like Nessie. Good old Ness. What is she? A tugboat toy submarine or a log with a mask strapped to it? We don't know. There's so many mysteries in this world. The world is great.
Mysteries untold. Sorry.
You're saying it enticed you.
It enticed me because it was fitness, and I am on a fitness track, right?
Here's what I'll say. I kept doing it after the first video.
Yeah.
Partially, I'd say, mostly due to peer pressure
Right.
and wanting to seem like I was fun
Yeah.
game. I am not fun in game, but I tried to act like it. And if it had been any less fun, I would have cared not a whit of what you thought of me, and I would have just sat down.
So, interesting. Lauren, let me ask you. You saw my wife just, right?
Yes.
Did she seem more fun when she did it?
I would say she seemed like she's having fun. I've never classified Amy as not fun. So
I was so
that's
worried you were
good.
about to say you've never classified me as fun.
No, I would never classify you as not fun. So like I would just say it seemed like you were having fun.
Sure.
It seemed like we were all having fun. We were laughing. We were all laughing so
Okay,
hard.
I guess that was my point. The togetherness, the friend tripness of it
Yeah.
was the most fun.
And-
I would never have sat in my apartment by myself doing it, but it was fun to do it all together.
That's true. And that's what a friend trip is all about.
It's true. I mean,
That's
I
it.
would never go sink a canoe and stand on it by myself either.
But you did for a while, and so did I.
I mean, I've done it in the past. Let me say
Hey,
that.
Mom, Dad, I'm going out of the lake house. Going by myself.
Lauren, don't put the canoe. Too late, can't hear you. Bye. Yeah, that's how it goes. But I was so proud of y'all for dancing. Like, I mean, because who was there? It was
Okay, I dance.
But
I don't fitness dance.
But no, that's the thing. But that's why he's fun. Is because it's like he doesn't do it for the motivation of like this is going to be a workout. He does it like this looks good and it works with the music and it happens to be a workout. And
I
that's why
will
it's
agree
fun.
with you. The one reason that I would consider going and continuing to do videos would be to be a better dancer.
Right. And that's you really do become a better dancer. Like my body rolls have improved from day one to day. They've improved. Yay!
If only this was a visual medium.
I know you guys can't see it, but I'm body rolling now.
Not
really.
It's really nice. So I'm not good at body rolling. Turns out when you have a lot of body rolls, it impacts your ability to body roll.
Okay, I feel like you're really projecting your image on this non-visual medium, somebody that you're not.
Yeah,
the way that you've been talking about yourself for the past few
That's
episodes.
why you should follow me at Cam Carter 2010 to see the latest fit cam pics.
Get a visual.
I mean, you are not disgusting.
Am I? Tell me what you think.
He is now undressing.
Say goodbye to these.
I'm back out of the room.
And we never saw Lauren again. Ring on the ground. There it is. So,
This is going to have to be heavily.
oh, it's fine. It won't be. We got to release it today. So,
Do you
guys,
have any more Caleb facts?
Sure. How many? One more tasty bit fact.
I'm sorry. I want to soak in all the information.
He's from the
I can.
Midwest, I'm going to guess.
So, guess.
That's a good guess.
If you're to guess which state he's from, what would you guess?
I feel like I'm going to say
He's also from the same place that this guy Gary was from. Last name was the state.
Indiana.
Hot diggity dog, you got it. Lauren
Indiana.
using the musical trivia background. Save her skin once again.
Music man.
Yeah, because if you didn't get that, I would my shirt up again.
It's
Anyway,
okay, I got
fun. Family life. He grew up in Marion, Moron, Indiana. And he had a sister named Shaylee.
Shaylee.
Sounds right.
Yeah, it sounds right. So he has a couple backup booties.
Yes,
That's,
he does.
That's what his team is called.
He has shirts that say, tank tops that say backup booty.
And do you want one?
I
And
want
you
one.
own one?
I don't own one yet.
When's your birthday?
October 12th.
Okay.
So let's see. These are all the facts. His birth sign, Pisces.
Oh, me too. Astrology buddies.
You're so similar.
Cool. He's now that I actually look at the dude, he should be younger than 24. He's got a cool earring in this picture. That's kind of cool.
Fun
He
fact.
has a star tattoo over his right pectoral muscle. It's blue.
Why don't you just go ahead and tell us the facts?
Yeah.
Okay. He likes to dye his hair different colors. You'll notice it in different videos. Sometimes it's green. Sometimes it's blonde. He has two favorite backup booties. One is a blonde chick, and one is this African American woman who has the most amazing hair that changes all the time.
Ooh,
So-
she's really good too.
Yeah.
While we're
But
talking
she's a little
about backup
slower.
booties, this is one of my problems with Fitness Marshall. I'm sorry to interrupt on Fun Fact segment, but I really needed a gosh darn backup booty after I was done with this. My booty was hurting really bad. Now, if you hadn't noticed, in addition to body rolls, the guy really liked to do pelvic thrust.
A lot of thrust.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of thrust.
Which in a way is just a body roll that's less smooth.
Yeah, I would
More
say it's a
targeted?
localized body roll, right? And it's really hard. It's kind of like one section. If all stadium's doing the wave, then it's just one section in the wave, right? It's the equivalent.
Kind
that.
of.
If
Thank
your
you.
body is a stadium.
Your body is a stadium. and for my stadium, the bleachers just gave way by the end of it. I know it, and yeah, cool. But back to my backup booty. My backup booty, it's on order because I threw out my butt. I didn't know you could throw out your butt. So, I didn't realize I was having so much fun. But I also forgot that we did a lot of swimming that same day, and we were exhausted. And the most annoying thing about all this, Lauren, is you didn't say, "Hey, let's do this," until Amy and I had eaten ice cream.
Yeah, I had just had a big ol' sundae.
Hey, it was not me that even had the idea. It was
All right,
Cheney.
it was Cheney. It was Cheney.
It was Cheney. And there's nothing wrong with Fitness Marshall belly of dairy. I mean, that's okay. I mean, I would say they don't usually go hand in hand.
Maybe
but
not recommended by Caleb himself.
he would probably be like, meh, save it for after maybe, but I think Caleb would be right there with you.
I don't know. Caleb doesn't look like he ever eats ice cream.
Caleb, I feel like he does.
He probably does. I could see that. I mean,
Maybe if you could mix protein powder into your ice cream.
But I don't see him as that kind of guy, that kind of protein powder dude, you know? He's more
No.
like, I think he stays fitness.
he stays Fitness Marshall, and he shan't change his name.
But you can tell times it's like maybe right after Christmas, he's got a little looser clothes on, and he's hiding a few. But then he'll get really fit again. He just like anyone.
He gets a little fudge in the pudge.
Yeah, and
Right.
he goes up and down just like any human, and I like that about him.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, we were all up and down.
We were.
So, it took me a week to recover. I couldn't sit on my bicycle to go around the lake. It took me a week.
Oh my gosh.
So he did a number on me. And you know what? I ended up going for a ride at the end of the week. I recovered. I think my butt's a little bit of stronger thanks to him. But you know what? I did appreciate it at the end. So shall we get into our ratings for the Fitness Marshall?
Yes.
Marshall? Amy, guess. Hit us.
Okay. I'm going to go with a...
Well, hold on.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
You know the format. You could give us a
Remind me?
quick synopsis of the Fitness Marshall, your takes away
Oh.
as a married, motherly woman. Sounds great when I say
I'm
it.
going to put that on my social media profile.
And on your resume.
Resume.
Resume. So give us a quick synopsis of what you thought about Fitness Marshall as
Okay.
a motherly lady, and then your rating.
So, can't remember. I feel like I might have been interrupted in fitness marshalling by my baby. She started crying right in the middle of it. So, I don't think that had any bearing on my rating. I don't know how to do this, guys. Do I have to give a... What am I talking about? What I like about it? I'm
just
sorry.
just whatever your number is in your head, why it's that number.
But I haven't told you the number yet.
I know, but you're going to summarize it,
Okay.
and then you'll explain it.
So
I am not one to exercise at all. And so I'm very resistant to the idea in any form. And I wasn't into it that night. But I did it because as the mother of the group and the married lady of the group, I felt like I wanted to not be the dumpy dour one.
the Dumpy Dower, right? Everybody knows that classic character on SNL, Dumpy Dower.
I want to be one of the young, fun, hippies.
And man, weren't we
When do
all?
they show up?
I feel like we were all hip ladies when he was done with us.
You were quite hippie.
I'm going to regret everything I'm saying. So
Cool.
I did it for peer pressure reasons and ended up not hating it,
That's good.
but also not loving it.
Right? Which that would be a big step to go from hating all exercise to then loving a form of exercise. That's a big leap.
Yeah, so I think this
we're-
is fair.
We're rating the person at the end of the day. So
The person?
on his ability, well, I guess you could rate the person or the act.
I don't want to rate the person.
Okay.
Oh, he'd 10 out of 10 every day. Every day.
I mean, he's great at what he does, don't get me wrong. That still makes my rating a 4.
Oh.
a 4, lower than expected.
Wow. So what
mean-
could have made Fitness Marshall better for you?
If I was a different person,
Oh, okay. That's fine. Lauren,
Yes.
hit me with it.
Okay, with my best shot. I want to say that right now, I really like the three of us that are talking about this. 'Cause
I
if
like
you
the
think
three of
about
us
it,
too.
We're great. We've got Amy, who has said herself she does not like to exercise, right? Like
right.
she's not someone that's going to be like, ooh, I'm looking for the next newest way to exercise. You've got Cameron, who enjoys exercise. He likes to do it, but I would say is not the average consumer of the Fitness Marshall,
No, absolutely not.
right? Like
No.
male,
Straight white male.
straight
Yeah.
man, straight white man. And then you've got me, the like bread and butter of the Fitness Marshall, who is like exactly who's going after
Right.
the girls that are like wanting to lose some weight, but also want to have fun doing it and like to work out and want to like just dance all the time. Anyway, my rating. So
My rating.
my rating. All I gotta say is I
What,
love.
hold on a second. You don't think that's funny, Amy? Okay, never mind. Go ahead. Your assessment.
Thank you. I love doing the Fitness Marshall. Again, I'll do it alone. I'll do it with my roommates, whoever. I love the Fitness Marshall. It's more fun to dance with other people because I was doing it alone for so long.
Right.
And
is it also fun to watch your friends struggle and be terrible at it?
the funny thing is I never even look at anyone else dancing.
I didn't really look at anyone else
That's
either.
what I think is so freeing about it. Is I think we all have this insecurity of dancing with people watching it, but you realize that you're just staring at him. You aren't paying attention at all to anyone around you. And you're kind of laughing at yourself dancing, but at the same time, he's making these hilarious faces. He's singing along. It's just so fun. I give it a 9.
Hot dog.
When it comes to like the form of exercise that is cannot stop doing it, that's a 9. You know what I mean? That is
See.
great.
really serving its purpose.
Love it.
Good job.
And Caleb, 10. He is a 10.
I give it a 7.
Wow.
Nice.
Have I
feel
done
like-
it since? No. But
feel
would
like
I if I had other people and we were doing it in the same way? Sure. Huh. Now, why didn't we make this episode about Nigella? Because I feel
It
like we
really, I really
done
could
an
have
episode
gotten. Yeah,
on
I
Nigella
really could have
cooks.
gotten into that.
We
Is
can.
Is it
be one.
Nigella bakes or is it Nigella cooks?
Nigella feasts, Nigella
Express,
Nigella bites,
Nigellissima.
What? She does all these things?
huh?
Oh, man.
Simply Nigella, Nigella. Did we say Express? It's great.
Nigella poops.
Forever Summer with Nigella.
Oh, man.
Nigella Christmas.
Nigella, the traveling pants. Nigella 2, Rise of the
Nigel
Apes.
pins.
Nigella pins.
Okay, 2 of my favorite things, gel pens and Nigella. I really think that some branded Nigella gel pens could really get me as far as target market.
Michael's, if they started carrying those at Michael's, you in there and out, you could bag of gel.
I have one more.
Wait, play that back.
I'm losing it. What?
Nigella like a felon.
Nigella pudding pop.
Still so good. I'm so glad you whipped out your Cosby impression. Great at parties.
Classic.
Great. Thank you for bringing that here to this space.
You're welcome.
Well, there's only one more thing to do. Dumb things.
Okay.
Oh, I did not.
Dumb things.
What was that, Amy? You don't have... Well, why don't we usually like to let the ghost go first, and they tell us their spooky bits. But I think we'll let Lauren start this week.
A dumb thing.
Okay, cool.
Kind of. Yes, I do. And it's more of like I feel dumb for this. So I've watched the movie Heavyweights twice now this year, which is quite a lot for being 28.
Right.
It's a
That's
child's
a lot
movie.
for anyone.
It makes like the total times I've seen it like 50 probably. But I watched it last night, and I was watching it and I thought, oh, these Perkis Power t-shirts are so funny. I wonder if they exist. And I look them up, and they've existed for years. These Perkis Power tank tops, and I don't own one yet. So I didn't know. I didn't know that they existed, and that's dumb that I haven't checked.
Oh, that's it?
I really
That's a really
reached
good
for that
dumb
one.
thing.
Yeah.
No, I liked that.
Thanks.
Because I don't have one either.
Are you stealing her dumb thing?
You guys...
No. I for sure have my own dumb thing lined up. It's like really, really good. So
in the summers, for the hospital I work for, we put on a camp. It's not a fat camp, but it is a camp for kids to help them learn healthy habits, right? And there's this one girl. She was actually adorable at first, but then she was also self-aware too. And so
she knew she was adorable?
She knew she was adorable, and
How old was she? Give me an age.
She was probably 8.
Oh, okay.
7 or 8.
Young enough that that's still okay.
Right.
But for not much longer.
Right. And I think it hit like midweek, whatever that point is where it's no longer adorable. I think I saw that point. She got to this point where we would talk in class and be like, well, and I won't say her name, but let's say her name's Gabby. And we're like, Gabby, all right, what do you think about this? And she's like, I don't know, sir. Or like, Gabby, what causes, our blood sugar to raise, or what causes us to be obese or overweight? And she's like, it's this, sir. Or she would say to our doctor, like, it's this, ma'am. And she'd be like, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Any chance she would get to insert this like positivity or this like
she sounds
good behavior.
Terrible.
She is
what a monster.
She was a huge suck up by the end.
Oh, she was a brown noser.
But right before she left class one day, we were telling everyone, go line up. And she hung around in class and stayed at her desk just a little bit. And she pushes herself up out of her desk, comes over to me, and she's like, you know what, Mr. Cam? I wanted to let you know you look like someone from... You look like you're from Beauty and the Beast. and of course, I'm like, oh. Immediately my thought's like, thank you. I love it when children say that. And of course, my thinking was like, I'm the Beast. Of course I'm the Beast. I'm this huge monster, like, in this class. Like, I'm the gentle, beastly giant, whatever. Like, I'm like, okay, that's great. Get in line. And so she starts to get in line, and she does this turnaround. And she's like, and like, I don't know if she could sense that I was kind of put down, or I was like, well, why'd you say that? But she turns around, and she was just like, you look like Gaston. And I was like, oh. And I was like, oh, thank you. And I was like, in that moment, I was like, oh, Gaston, he's the handsome man. Yeah. And then she left the room, and I was left there starting to clean up. I'm like, what a dick.
The girl?
Yeah. I don't want to be Gaston. I want to be the Beast at the end, right?
But you're thinking of character traits.
Right.
Not physical appearance. Everyone would rather be Gaston.
Well,
for physical
also, we were
appearance.
originally thinking, when Cam brought this story up to me, we were originally thinking of the cartoon version of Beauty and the Beast,
Right.
and that's a really strange thing to
My wife and
compare
I
a person
really
to, because he
unpacked
doesn't
this.
look like a person.
Right.
Like,
he's
no one looks like that.
Gaston.
That is...
Unfortunately. Whoa. Hubba.
Can you imagine a real version of somebody who actually looked like that?
No, his waist would be like 18
It would
inches
be
and his
so
shoulders
upsetting.
It
like
would-
52
It would
inches
be like
wide.
a skinny Jay Leno,
But
without
hot.
gray hair. A hot Jay Leno. Anyway, that sound from my wife means we're about out of time. Amy, did you end up having a dumb thing?
I do have a dumb thing. Here we go. I have been in kind of like teacher school all week.
Teacher school.
Yeah, that itself is...
Isn't that all school?
No, but it's a school for how to be a teacher. So,
It's like, my
we
school
were
has a teacher.
learning a fun tactic to use with elementary students, a multiplication game.
Put him in the chokey. That works.
It's more of a game, less of a chokey.
Oh.
It's just a multiplication game with like paper clips and pinto beans. Anyway,
Sure, your typical school supplies.
So, in order to learn how to play the game, our instructor had us play the game ourselves as elementary students, and it became immediately clear that this is my dumb thing. Not so good at multiplication tables anymore, y'all.
Oh no.
I was having to really second guess a lot of my, especially the nines. 7 times 9, I was like, oh, is this right? I don't...
We don't know. That's
72.
not a thing anymore.
So let's
72?
Let's
I don't know if that's
7
right.
times 9? Oh,
That
I'm
doesn't
sorry,
seem
that's not
at all.
right.
I think it's
It's
63.
63 is right.
Yeah. So maybe I am
Maybe we
good at
should
multiplication
test
tables
our
and y'all
own
are
math.
terrible.
Yeah. No, I'm bad. 9s are bad for me.
9s are hard,
I was
right?
sick that day.
I mean, the 9s are definitely the hardest.
I remember legit being out for 2 days in the 4th grade.
and that has
And it was the
ruined
9s.
you for life.
And I really have never been strong in the
I
9s.
mean, I was there that day, and I still struggle.
At least
so,
I have an excuse.
I mean, I did end up winning the game. I think we should just...
so the
Congrats.
little sense
That in
of
there?
some
And
false
that's why
modesty
we
over
had
here.
some very metallic pinto beans that night.
But anyway, yeah, the 4 times 7, the 6 times 8. Oh no, that one's an easy one because it rhymes, but the 6 times 9 is tough. All of those really had to second guess, and I was, yeah.
I'm trying to answer those
this is
all in
not-
my head right now,
Exactly.
and I can't.
I mean,
4 times 7, 42?
no,
Not even close.
28.
28. Oh my gosh.
right? Is that right, Cam?
I think so. The math
Well, yeah, 'cause
checks out.
14 plus 14 is 28.
Oh,
So
yeah,
4
yeah,
times 7.
for sure.
Yeah, that's how I always get there. With that, I think it's about time to say good. Well, we don't want to put a time on this, so let's just say good day to
Good
everyone.
day.
Good day. Good morrow.
Do we even want to do your typical? Actually, I'll do our sign out.
Okay.
It's time to end this puppy.
Yep.
So thank you for joining us on another edition of Unhitched Your Dad Trying. I really do appreciate y'all listening to this every week. If y'all have some friends, share with them the wonderness of this podcast. Don't forget to, if you have a chance, jump on iTunes, leave us a review. Perhaps one of those 5-star ratings. That would be even cooler. If you want to follow myself, you can follow myself at Cam Carter 2010 on all the internet destinations. For Lauren, you can reach her at 210. No.
Oh, no.
That would
no,
be
no.
my phone number.
Actually, let's just not do phone numbers. How about Instagram?
You can find me on Instagram at Neateroni, Neateroni. And you don't even have to, I don't have to approve you. You can just become my friend.
True.
That
For
much,
full access.
That desperate for friends.
Yeah. So if you want to creep on Lauren, her Instagram is open.
I just posted a very fun picture of 2 squirrels.
I didn't
Oh,
see
I
that.
loved that.
Yeah. One squirrel is eating an avocado, a giant avocado, and one squirrel's eating a clementine.
It was 2 very bougie squirrels.
I mean, they're spoiled. They're very spoiled. It was a Haas avocado.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Go to my Instagram. Check them out.
Check out squirrels at Neateroni. Neateroni. And for my wife, is this not funny that time?
That one was hilarious.
Okay, Lauren. I mean, Amy.
When our
don't-
names get mixed up, it's time to end.
How can people find you on the internet if you wish to be found?
Well, I still have an Instagram that's no longer active. If you want to look at my calligraphy, it's Amy Carter Calligraphy. I no longer post on it.
Check out those old pictures on my wife's Instagram.
I think there are some old pictures of you on there if anyone's interested, as well as a couple of pictures of Ellie, but mostly pictures of things on my desk.
If you want to see what I looked like in 2016, check it out. Well, this has been exciting and fun. So with that, we want to say adieu to you, listener.
Adieu.
Adieu.
Friendship part 2. Adieu.
We never even mentioned what did we even call this? So it was a friendship part 2. But
Cam and Lauren really are friends too.
And what was the acronym?
Cam track.
What?
Lauren
and Cam
Pal track.
Look, Lauren and Cam really are friends too. LACRAFT.
There has to be an R.
LACRAFTIT.
Cam LACRAFT.
LACRAFTIT.
LACRAFT.
LACRAFT it.
I gotta go.
Bye.
Bye.